President William Ruto's recent visit in Northeastern has been met with a lot of criticism. Even after William Ruto left a lot of goodies, notably, he scrapped the vetting of the members of the Somali community whenever they apply for the identification cards, something that has really been discussed far and wide. Many people feel that this is a ploy to rig elections or an attempt to increase their numbers to compensate for the lost electorates in Mount Kenya. But then, all those goodies that William Ruto gave, you remember him counting several roads there and saying that in each and every road there is a contractor, something that we really also need to confirm, because we have been told by Rigathi Gachagua that William Ruto would master all the roads in your area, and as he mentions them, you'd really wonder what a loving and a caring president he is. Yet that is a preparation that he only makes before he visits a place. But then during that visit, there are youths who heckle William Ruto. And William Ruto did not like it. He even warned them that he would not allow anyone to intimidate the government. And he associated the heckling to some imaginary drug peddlers, drug barons who intoxicate youths. And he said that is the reason why they heckle him. Now, it is coming out that some of those youths have been abducted. In fact, it is alleged that about 40 of them have been abducted, and elders in Isiolo, elders from Isiolo, are now pleading with William Ruto to release those youths. They are not very happy about it, despite the fact that Ruto gave them, quote unquote, goodies during that visit. And they are now saying, please release our children. They are even saying that some of those who heckle William Ruto were ferried from other regions. They are not Isiolo residents. And they are now begging, please, we need our children, we need our youths.
Vijana wakati hawana kazi, wakati hawezi kupata hutuma na kwa viongozi, ndio mara nyingine wanafiotuka. Alafu mimi nauliza polisi ambayo wameshikashika vijana wetu, na wale wamekombolewa kutoka nje walikuja kuharibu mambo, na baada ya kuharibu hao wametoweka. Sasa hivi vijana karibu 40 sijui 60 wameshikwa. Tunauliza hawana makosa, hao watu waachiliwe. Wale wameharibu mahali wamejulikana, hao vijana waachiliwe waendelee na kazi yao.
Vijana kuna msako unaendelea Isiolo. Na msako hii ni kusaka vijana. Vijana wale walikuwa kwa pengine dhambi, wale hawako kwa dhambi. Mingi yao wale wako kwa polisi today. Jana usiku mimi nilikuwa huko. Na vijana wamesoma. Wengine wametolewa kwa ofisi ya senator ambao wanafanya kazi. Mwingine ni wale wanatafuta riziki yao kwa pikipiki, wanashikwa ndani ya town na wekwa ndani.
Now, before they were abducted, already Kenyans had started questioning them that if you know very well you are in that group, because I understand that there were several intelligence plainclothes service within them, and they must have been marked. And Kenyans were telling them, we know Kasongo very well. Please flee if you know you are part of the group that was heckling William Ruto. It's now coming out that they've been abducted. But now Ruto's abduction spree has caught the attention of many people, and leaders across the country are really criticizing. We thought this was coming to an end. Just recently, the police fraternity, the police bosses were put to task to explain some incidences where Gen Zs were killed without any reason. And we thought that maybe the police would slow down, because it is believed it is the police department that is abducting these youths. Now, Raila Odinga also added his voice.
Yale maneno maovu ambayo yanafanyika hapa tumepinga. Mimi mnajua ya kwamba siwezi kuona maovu na nikae kimya. Hii mambo ya kuteka watu nyara, kushika vijana na kuenda na kuzuia na kuua mpaka ikwishe katika taifa letu. Hatuwezi kuvumilia kamwe watu wanatekwa nyara hovyo hovyo. Hawa watu ambao wanataka watu nyara ni watu gani? ambaye askari nasema hawajui. Kama askari hawajui, hayajakani kuwa na polisi. Tumesema mambo ya abductions ikwishe katika taifa letu, ikwishe. Shetani.
Kindly subscribe to our channel if you're watching us for the first time. Don't forget to click the notification bell. This will allow YouTube to notify you whenever we release a video like this. Please like and share our videos. Thank you very much for your continued support. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of tension both within the Azimio fraternity and the Kenya Kwanza fraternity. Now, within Kenya Kwanza, it is said those who are close to William Ruto are praying that Raila wins this seat because they really want to eliminate Raila, to concentrate on the African affairs, because the way Ruto is facing a lot of rebellion within the country, they fear that if Raila should come back and decide to join the opposition, then it is going to be a force to reckon with William Ruto. They feel that William Ruto could even suffer a vote of no confidence because there will be a group that is wrestling William Ruto, a group that is trying to resist him. So within the Kenya Kwanza team, those who are close to William Ruto would really wish that Raila wins that seat. But those who are close to Rigathi Gachagua are saying Raila should lose so that Raila comes back and they join hands in trying to push William Ruto. Within the very Azimio, I'm sure people like Kalonzo would not want Raila to lose that seat, because if he loses that seat and he comes back and he decides to join the opposition, it is going to jeopardize the chances of people like Kalonzo Musyoka to get to government, or rather to be that opposition flag bearer, because we have Kalonzo, Natembeya, Matiang'i. Maraga could soon join the race as far as the movements that we've seen of late are concerned. Martha Karua, Eugene Omalo are all there. And I've got a feeling that as we head towards 2027, Kenyans are going to force the opposition to look for one candidate that can face William Samoei Ruto. Because if William Ruto succeeds in disintegrating the opposition into parts, then that goes without saying that they will also divide votes, thereby leaving William Ruto with a bigger chance to win that election. So it is highly expected that when they come together, Raila has got one big advantage over them. Considering his age, Raila will go there as a one-term president. He will tell them, I just want to make things straight. I do not need a second term. And of course, with the support base behind him, the other candidates might be forced to rally behind him. Even delegates might be forced to rally behind him. So people like Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua might not really want Raila back. They would want Raila to clinch that seat. So their prayer and that of William Ruto could be the same. But I'm also told that there is another group in Nyanza, people who sometimes don't have anything tangible to tell the electorate. So they come in the name of Raila. They are waiting for endorsements and all that. They really want Raila to be back. They might not say it, but they really want Raila to be back in the country. Now, with that as it may, ladies and gentlemen, when Raila cautions William Ruto to stop abductions, when he cautions the government, it is highly expected that for Raila to give this warning as he heads for the AUC election, he's preparing. If he wins, well and good and decided. If he loses, many experts believe that Raila is laying a foundation where he will start from, a fallback plan. And it is expected that when he comes back, he will begin with the abductions. That is why when he cautions Ruto just a few days before the elections, Raila knows where he will start from. And when he wants to start endearing himself to the people, he will start by criticizing the abductions. Then before you know it, Raila will be speaking about every ill and atrocities within the government. Before you know it, another dossier comes in, and that is how people will forget. Now people are now saying that he has supported Kasongo, he's lost their support. But a day in politics can change. It's a long day. That is why those who are close to William Ruto really feel that for Raila to speak and criticize those abductions, then you know it carries a lot of weight. In Kenya, I've only seen two leaders who have stood before William Ruto and told him, please stop abduction. That is Raila Odinga and George Natembeya. In fact, it is only George Natembeya who also just a few days ago cautioned William Ruto against signing a decree to scrap off the vetting of the people of the Somali community whenever they need IDs. He's saying we need even to make it even more strict to ensure that before we give foreigners IDs, then we are sure that we are safe, because Natembeya is saying that we compromised a lot. Of course, many feel that that is a hidden plan to ensure that it gets about 3 or 4 million votes come 2027. Ladies and gentlemen, Raila's AU seat is something that is coming with a lot of stakes. Stakes are high. If you ask me, Raila has nothing to lose. Raila has really lost elections, quote unquote, and is a man who is resilient. Many people have been wondering how his votes are stolen within a short period. He's back, sometimes working with the government or causing the government a lot of problems. And so if he loses that seat, the person who will be in trouble is William Samoei Ruto. Being a Raila sometimes is not very easy. I know we have criticized him, we have insulted him, but sometimes it is not very easy. If Raila comes back, if he doesn't win the AU seat, then businessmen, politicians, leaders, both locally and internationally, will start visiting him publicly or secretly. Vested interest. And people will start pushing Raila. Please, just this one moment, go and vie for the last time. Please help us take on William Ruto, because Kenyans are tired. We've known you as a statesman. We've known you as a person who speaks even for the people. Before you know it, Raila's on the streets again. And let me tell you something. Should Raila get back to the street this time around, remember, he's the one who stopped the Gen Z's protest indirectly. If he decides, if he comes back disappointed, and you are going to hear this narrative that, you know, Ruto played us, the same way they're saying that Uhuru played them. They were good friends, and people were really praising Uhuru Kenyatta after that, the handshake between Raila. When Raila lost the 2022 election, many people are now saying that Uhuru just was managing Raila to finish his term. And so they will start saying that Ruto was doing the same, it is the same script. And then before you know it, there is bad blood. Before you know it again, William Ruto is on the street. And I know William Ruto, if people get back to the street criticizing him, he will intensify the way he deals with them very harshly. And then it will get out of hands. So William Ruto is not taking it very lightly that Raila is cautioning the government to stop the abductions. I don't know what you think, but let us wait after the election, and the direction of and trajectory of our politics towards 2027 is going to change drastically. That is why I think Rigathi Gachagua really held, because he's also saying that he wants to show direction to the Murima people. And it was expected very highly that he was going to give them the direction yesterday in that very long interview with the local radio stations. He didn't do that. And it is many people really feel that he did not do that because he's waiting for the outcome of the AU seat. Then he can now give a credible direction, because he can propose somebody, then Raila comes back with a big bang, an earthquake, and that will change everything. And so I don't know what you think. From where you sit, do you feel Raila should win that seat? Do you want him to lose? What are your reasons? Raila has told William Ruto to stop the abductions, and Raila is saying if the police does not know, if it is not the government and it is not the police, then the police should tell us who is abducting Kenyans. And for the people of Northeastern, yes, you are not going to be vetted, you are going to get your IDs, but you're also going to know the other side of Kasongo. It is either his way or the highway. But if you ask me, it is high time that those who are advising William Ruto should tell him to stop throwing stones to every barking dogs. Sometimes let him just assume. I mean, what would heckling do to you? People know if you've got good policies, they know. They can always project whether Kenya is running towards the direction. People heckled him and that rally was over. Why do you follow them back and abduct them? It is not the best way to do it. And what comes to my mind is his closeness with the government of Uganda. Just the other day, Hassan Omar led a group of UDA officials and participants, and they went for a benchmarking in Uganda. And if you see the way the government there is dealing with the opposition, and you relate to how William Ruto is dealing with the opposition, then you will always say, show me your friends, and I will tell you your character. We can easily resonate the characters of the UDA government and that of the NRM, but we really need to ask the government to ensure that they simply let them do the right thing and assume, or rather ignore the youths who are criticizing or heckling William Ruto. What do you make of Raila's question? Do you think it has got any weight, or Raila has become a toothless dog? What do you think about it? Do you think he means it when he calls on William Ruto to stop abductions?